Kathy investigates the news that the sexual health services on campus could be moved 3 miles away.
Daisy meets the cast of KTV's new drama Encryption.
I meet student Nigel Ip about his new art discovery.
And I report on the opening of the new Student Media Centre.
I'm Maisie Golding.
And I'm Dave Cocozza. You're watching KTV News.
Thank you for joining us. This week it was announced that sexual health provision on Canterbury campus is likely to be recommissioned and moved elsewhere. As one of the most essential services on campus, Kathleen Plumridge sent us this report.
With the recent recommission of sexual health services in Canterbury by KCC, sexual health services on campus are at high risk of closure. With the only other alternative 3 miles away, Megan Wells is here to take a stand. Firstly, I'd like to know what inspired you to get involved with this issue?
So as VP Welfare, but I'm also chair of the patient participation group for the medical centre. So I think it's really important to kind of tell everyone that these cuts are happening and kind of save, what we're kind of saying is save our sexual health services. So many students and staff and other patients use these services and it's like one of the most popular services that the medical centre have. So I think it's so key. So we need to fight it. That's kind of why I got involved. So.
And what has the feedback been like from people?
Yeah, no, from students it seems to be really positive. You know, it's been open for probably less than 72 hours now. We've got 220 signatures already, but we just kind of push it as much as we can and get as many signatories as we can.
That's great. So, what would you like to see come from this campaign?
I mean, ideally, we'd love to stop the closure of the sexual health services. So, the proposal is that they'll be cut from the 1st of January 2015, and there'll be the Express Clinic and the Mercury Clinic will be stopped. And our ideal kind of situation is that they both stay. So that's the kind of aim.
Since this interview, we've had no comment from Kent County Council on these issues. We'll keep you updated if we hear back from them. Thank you to Megan Wells for coming in to chat to us. I've been Kathleen Plumridge for KTV News here at the SMC.
If you would like to have your say on any of the stories contained in this report, find us on Facebook at KTV News.
But now, we find out more about KTV's new drama Encryption. Recently given 4 out of 5 stars by the Canterbury Times, Daisy Steinberg went to speak to the cast and find out more.
Serion Pictures are tonight premiering KTV's first student drama. It's being premiered here at Kent's very own Student Media Centre. The project began last year when the writer Oscar Harding passed over his baby to Arnie Voicey. Since then he has directed this epic with a budget of just over £100. Impressive, right? Well, the local press even think so, as they've come down to show their support. I'm going to go and rub shoulders with some of the stars, watch the film, and try and get a cheeky interview with one of the cast. Well, I've been lucky enough to catch up with Tara Capel, who plays the lead role Sam. Now, for anyone who hasn't heard about the film, could you give me a quick, kind of detailed, brief run of what it's about?
Basically, Sam's an introvert sort of nerd, if you will, and basically she creates artificial intelligence computer, and she's really comes obsessed with it. But she's also in a love triangle. She loves her best friend, and then also her friend likes her, but she's so oblivious to it. And basically, she creates something bad, and it could mean the end of the world.
Oh my goodness! Okay, being a main role, how did you find kind of getting into the character? Do you relate to the character in any way?
I think we could all relate to her in some way, just because there's always a bit where you either like someone and it doesn't follow through, and then when you get really passionate about something, you just devote all your time to it, and I think anyone can really relate to. So, yeah.
What was the best bit about filming?
Oh, it was so fun, messing around behind the camera. We weren't very serious at times, but sometimes I know the jokes that you have, pranks on each other, and it's great when you can feel like you had a really good take and you felt like you both put the best you can in it.
Well, if you are as infatuated with this dramatic, romantic, sci-fi epic as I am, then keep September the 24th free and tune into KTV's website to catch the action for yourself.
Thank you very much, Daisy, and the public premiere of Encryption is on June 11th at the Gulbenkian Cinema on the Canterbury campus. For more information, search KTV Encryption Drama on Facebook.
Speaking speaking of exciting projects, School of Art student Nigel Ip has made an interesting new connection between works by the Renaissance painter Raphael. I caught up with Nigel last week. Some very exciting news for a student at the School of Arts this week. Nigel Ip, a second-year History and Philosophy of Art student, has made a very interesting proposal about a drawing by the great Renaissance painter Raphael.
Nigel is proposing that Raphael's female saint may be a preparatory drawing for the marriage of the Virgin. He writes about the similarities between the two, the three-quarter length profile, mediating eyes, shaping of the mouth, and the headdress knot. He suggests that all resemble that of the female figure in the painting. Nigel will be meeting with a member of the British Museum to discuss his theories soon.
It's an interesting concept, and I met up with Nigel earlier to discuss it. So, Nigel, how did all this come about?
It actually started off from one of my modules. We had an essay where we had to write a catalogue entry for a drawing in British collections, and I chose a Raphael drawing in the British Museum. And just did research and found out that it hadn't been associated with any paintings by him, so I decided to take the initiative and do it myself. Found the research, and I asked my lecturers how valid it could be, and they suggested I speak to Hugo Chapman at the British Museum to talk about it. And emails, and I managed to get a meeting.
Wow, that's incredible. Are you looking forward to meeting a member of the British Museum?
Yes, definitely excited and also very nervous.
As I would be. I'm sure you'll do great. And is Raphael one of your favourite painters?
Definitely. He has a very good sense of colour. All his colours really work out even better when you see them live than in reproductions, and it just flows really nicely.
Oh wow, well have a great time at the British Museum, and thank you for your time.
No problem.
Of course this is all a proposal, however who knows what may be discovered. One thing is for certain, the future seems very bright for the ambitious Nigel Ip. Maisie Golding, KTV News, KTV Studio.
And for our final report in this week's broadcast, seeing as we're now in the new Student Media Centre, I filmed this report last week. After months of waiting and after months of strenuous building, on the 30th of April 2014, the Kent Union new Student Media Centre was officially opened by broadcaster Charlotte Green. It boasts the radio studio for CSR, the KTV performance space, and the new editing suite for use for all three student media groups. Perhaps two of the most useful features of the new Student Media Centre are the KTV performance space and CSR Studio Red. The KTV performance space is primarily going to be used for live broadcasts, but can be booked out by various student groups. CSR Studio Red is Kent's half of the radio station and boasts professional level broadcast facilities. The new editing suite is used by all three student media groups, but also by Inquirer's editorial team to lay the paper on a bi-weekly edition. The new media centre is certainly a bright and better change than the old folks room which Kent Union has occupied for a number of years now. It means that all three student groups can collaborate together on exciting projects, and this year coming certainly holds the best. Dave Cocozza, KTV News, Student Media Centre. And finally, with Kent's party in the car park looming tomorrow, we've sent Maisie over to the weather centre to give us a report for this weekend.
I hope you have your umbrellas this weekend, because sadly on Saturday it's forecast very heavy rain. On the other hand, Sunday is turning out to be quite a sunny day with cloudy intervals. For more news, the latest edition of Inquirer has been released today, Friday the 6th of June.
KTV News will be back in September, but until then, enjoy your summer.
I'm Maisie Golding.
And I've been Dave Cocozza.
And you've been watching KTV News.